Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Today's video will have this preface. I recorded some footage on Wednesday that I'm going to share with you, considering it's pertinent in regard to the events of the past 48 hours. I'll let the video speak for itself. Hi everybody. This is a bit of an impromptu recording that I'll probably edit into another video here in the near future. If you're watching this, then I have done just that. I apologize for Sherlock barking. This here is Lionel. Lionel has been lame, meaning he can't get himself up for a couple months now. I'm gonna pause. As I was saying, Lionel is lame. He can no longer pick himself up off the ground. As you can see, I have to help him up just so he can use the bathroom. We have tried everything to fix his condition. We don't know what is causing the problem. The vets do not know what the problem is. This has been going on for over 2 months now. We've got him here a special area prepared just so he could be near the rest of the herd, even though he can't walk. We're able to get him up and on his feet, but he's very wobbly in the back, as you can see. He can't hold himself up for very long. He can take a few steps in a straight line if he's feeling particularly good, usually first thing in the morning. But other than that, he can't really walk. And it's unfortunate. Lionel, you're a very good boy, and we love you. Lionel is only a little over 2 years old. He comes from a fantastic background, excellent bloodline, superb genetics, and yet fate rendered him something else as a result. We don't know what caused this. Testing hasn't revealed anything out of the ordinary. He's not sick. He doesn't have laminitis. The only thing at this point that it could be is some sort of degenerative spinal cord issue, and that will require many tens of thousands of dollars worth of surgery just to figure out what it is, and there's no guarantee he'd survive. The sad part is that Lionel is still of sound mind. He's not lost any of his faculties. He still has an appetite. He still eats. He still drinks. He's still friendly. He still tries to be brash sometimes and push forward. But whatever's going on with his back end, it has failed him. And we've exhausted all medical options to fix whatever the issue is. And we don't know what the issue is. The vets don't know. We don't know. We've tried all kinds of treatment. We've tried all sorts of dietary changes. We've tried adjusting his mineral intake. We've tried giving him special water. Anything you can think of, we tried. And nothing has worked. It's a real shame, because he's a hell of a buck. He's produced multiple beautiful does for us, and his bloodline will continue on this farm. But as I record this, it's on the afternoon of Wednesday, the 17th. My wife and I have made the difficult decision to have him humanely euthanized in the morning at the local vet. He is unable to live as a goat. He can't walk. He can't be with the herd. He can't even use the bathroom without assistance from us. And it's really sad because we love this guy. He came to this farm all the way from Wisconsin, came to Tennessee. We bottle fed him. We raised him in our living room when he was just a little baby. He's a beautiful fellow, and he is going to be missed. So by the time you see this video, he'll already be gone. Lionel, we love you, buddy. And I'm sorry this is happening. I've said many times on this channel that farmers have to make tough decisions. They make hard decisions that your average person never has to make. This is one of those decisions. Well, what you just watched was footage from Wednesday that I recorded of Lionel. Lionel was no longer with us. He passed peacefully Thursday morning. He didn't struggle. He didn't fight. He wasn't in pain. I take no joy in recording this. Lionel was an amazing buck. He was very friendly. We brought him in from Wisconsin, from a champion lineage, and he was supposed to add a really great set of genes to our herd's genetic profile. We have 4 daughters from him that are all still here with us, and considering that he's no longer with us, we'll probably keep them here. Unfortunately, Lionel got to a point to where he could no longer function as a goat should. He couldn't be with his herd. He couldn't run. He couldn't even walk. We turned his body over to the University of Tennessee Vet College so they could study him and perform a necropsy to figure out what exactly was ailing him. Through the tireless efforts of our vet and my wife, we tried everything to figure out why he was lame. He'd been lame for about over 10 weeks at this point, 2.5 months. We don't know what struck him. The vet couldn't figure it out. Nothing we tried treatment-wise worked. We were out of options and had 0 answers. And ultimately, we had to make a choice to be humane to him and not let him struggle as much as we loved him. And love him we did. I was with him in his last moments. I held his head. And he was gone. He was only 2 years old. You know, the point of sharing videos with you about farm life and being realistic about it. Farming is not all sunshine and rainbows. Farming is hard. Farming is full of heartbreak and loss. When you have a farm, you get used to losing. You know, we could be like other farms that are on YouTube or on Instagram or Facebook. I call them Instagram farms because they only ever show you the good stuff. They make out like farming is wonderful. Everything's perfect. They have cute little filters on their animals. That's not real farming. So if you follow people online and that's all you ever see, they're fooling you. Farming is hard. It makes you bitter. You spend a lot of your time sad. A lot of time you feel powerless. Can't change anything no matter how hard you try. And you lose. You lose a lot. It's important for people to see the way things really are and not some push through a filter, rose-colored glasses version of a farm. Farming is dirty, difficult, unsettling. You do things you never thought you would have to do. And you see things happen that you never thought you'd see. It's not easy. What I've said in the past that these have been the hardest 7 years of my life since we moved to East Tennessee and set up our farm. And I mean it. I've never lived a harder life, both in terms of physicality and manual labor I've had to invest in this farm, but more prominently in the heartache and loss and mental anguish. I'm tired. I'm tired of losing, but I keep going. And farmers all across this country and all across the world keep going, even when things are hard. Even when they get out of bed and they just want to give up and go back to sleep. We've lost 4 adult goats in the past 3 years from ridiculous circumstances. Year before last, we lost our dear Mozzarella, who was one of our original goats. And she had a extremely rare form of lymphatic cancer. The vet college said they'd never seen anything like it. Don't know how she got it. Don't know where it came from. Poor Clover. Last year, Clover was 12 days from giving birth to her first fetus. Let me rephrase that. She didn't have a fetus. She had kids. They were healthy. They would have lived. Come to find out, looking at the necropsy report, she had 2 beautiful daughters inside of her that we never got to meet. Clover died 12 days from giving birth. Her bowels were all contorted up real bad. She had 13 bubbles in her digestive tract from it being twisted up like a balloon. We don't know how that happened. The vet don't know how it happened. It just did. And then Dottie, just a few weeks ago, I'm sure you remember seeing that video. We got a report back on her with some preliminary information. There's more information forthcoming, but we learned that Dottie simply had pregnancy toxemia. She had 3 kids inside of her. She was going to have triplets. And apparently her body just gave out. It doesn't matter what you do. You can give them the best care, best food. Even when you do everything right, you can still lose. Anyway, if you're so inclined, just say a little something to whoever you believe in. For Lionel, for Dottie, for Clover and Mozzarella. They're all missed. And they were and are still loved. You know, I don't have a lot of family. My family group is small. My friend group is even smaller. And it's just me and Crystal out here on our own. But we're going to keep trying, keep pushing ahead. We had 12 beautiful kids born this year. 2 just recently, and of course, you know, Floppy. Floppy was the miracle baby this year. She was born all but dead. And she's thriving. So with farming, you see the good and the bad. But there's way more bad than good. So the good is all the more important. Anyway. Time marches on, and so do we. So if you know a farmer in your life, talk to them. Ask them how their life really is. Don't take small talk. Really ask them. See how they are. They're probably struggling, but they don't want to show you. I think it's important that people know. Whether it's raising livestock or growing crops or anything in between the two. Farmers are tough people, and the world needs them. Even more so today than ever before. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Nobody wants to watch some big old man blubbering on the internet. I know I wouldn't. So thank you for sticking with me this long if you have. I hope you have a good weekend. And I hope I have something positive to talk about on Monday when I see you again. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll talk to you soon.